Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you'd like to see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager Career Mode, episode number 25. We've still got plenty of season left to go. Got a race coming up here in just a couple of days. And it is another sponsor objective. Right now the sponsor confidence is through the roof, almost secure, but we really can't afford to miss any of the objectives as the deadline for our sponsor contract for next year is coming up in about 2 months, and we have just a handful of, actually not even a handful, I believe we've got about 3 sponsor objectives left to hit between now and that period 2 months away. And I'm desperate for that 12,000 increase, as we are definitely going to be jumping from Continental to Pro Continental. I would say we're going to be closer to World Tour level than we will be to Continental level. I think we'll be on the higher end of Pro Continental. That really comes down to who I can find, who I can recruit, because I've also got to meet my sponsor objectives on their requirements of Belgian, Dutch, and American riders. And I'm only going to have about 5 spots open to try to fill with the best 5 riders I can get my hands on at relatively affordable prices. So Brown's complaining about races, but he's been injured, so we're getting him back in as best we can. And you can see from the profile of the race coming up, it's quite punchy for what's considered a flat, considered a sprint finish. And through these series of climbs, we very well could be losing 2, 3, 4 riders along the way, getting up and over those, depending on how intense the races are and who and what we have in terms of fitness peak. From the 5 on this list, Simpson's good fitness, Easter's close to a peak, but nobody is on one. So this could be a bit of a struggle upcoming. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into the race, and I'll see you maybe a little way past halfway into it.
A group of riders has come a cropper, but they all look ready to set off again.
Back in action, and the breakaway group just had a fall. They have just 1 rider left now off the front. These 4 riders pull them back away, so they, at least for the time being, seem to be given the freedom to go back ahead. And meanwhile, we struggled last time up over the climb. You can see it's 8.5%. I mean, this is a pretty decent gradient, and it is not a terribly short climb. This will do some damage, but this time over, no big deal. We seem to have backed off, seeing what happened to the breakaway group. Everyone decided to let up and allow them to get back forward again. So this was an easy time over, but we're going to go a little bit faster through. My 73 before was barely enough to get up and over the climb. And I did see on the downhill a little bit of a blinking red. So this time we'll see if there's a little more damage to the field. But I've come with a very good team here, as we now have 63 kilometers left to go in this race. Quite a few times up and over these climbs, both short and long, both steep and gradual. But I brought a very, very strong team to this race, as this is a team objective. Not only is this a team sponsor objective, this is the biggest one of the entire evaluation period that ends at the end of July. Not just of those that are left, but of the entire season. 3.5 stars. There are no 4-star requirements at any point.
A couple of teams have set themselves up as pacemakers for the pack. They obviously don't have anybody in the breakaway group.
So even at a 78, you can see we're struggling a bit. Veldeman got his way back forward, but we'll stick with the 78. Veldeman's about to go back to get water, and now is actually the time to drop. Here's the peak. If he drops back just before the peak and gets water just over the peak, there you go, right at the back, then he'll be able to make his way back forward on the downhill, which is so much easier to do. He's got his water now, so he's on his way back up. And we're going to level off, where he'll find it a little bit easier to get forward. Pace, though. Pace is pretty hot. I mean, it is doing some damage to Veldeman to try to get back through the peloton. Those 5 riders are all back together and just under a minute ahead. We've got 3 climbs to go. As Veldeman now succeeds in his objective of getting water to everyone. And we're going to try to go 80 this time. This is a short peak. It's not going to take us very long to get to the top as we approach it already and now get up and over. But there's 2 more climbs, and they are pretty steep. It's the same climb that we've been going over, but the last time... No, the last time's a different climb. That is a different climb entirely. I was going to say we take a turn and go elsewhere, but no, the profile initially is different. And then you descend almost all the way to the finish line, so 33k to go. I'm going to think about forming up in the valley in between here. For now, we need to get up and over in one piece. Go to 82 here. Breakaway group down to 4 riders as one has been dropped, but they're only 40 seconds ahead. So they're not going to be a threat. Peloton's starting to break apart a little bit, 105 riders. Damage hasn't been too severe, but you can see there are some guys that are really starting to push the pace this time. And we're going to have to up our tempo to make sure we don't get dropped.
Some team managers mustn't appreciate the fact that there is a breakaway, given that the pack has increased its speed.
Veldeman's stuck behind somebody. Vilvol lagging behind a little bit. Easter struggling to keep him up.
The group is slowly thinning out due to such a frantic pace.
Not many riders dropped. Most of the group's still together. 100 riders in the peloton. Just some guys that slipped back, but that's okay. I've really got to try to keep this group intact. Now it's 27k to go from here. So judging what we've got, it's about 13k to the top, which means there's about 13k to the bottom. And that's less than a sprint. So I really should get my group formed up once these guys get back up there. So Vilvol, need to bring you forward, and we're just about there. So it is definitely time to go. 23k. I'm not looking to do any fancy stuff right now, but I need to get my group in a line and supporting one another. So Marini is our guy, top sprinter. Vilvol struggling a little, so hopefully he does not crap out on us while climbing. And looking at these guys, Brown's the weakest. Simpson's the strongest climber, so we'll get him in front of Veldeman. We'll use up Easter and Brown going up and over the climb, it looks like. And Brown, time to start working your way forward. Oh, there's a split! A split just happened right in front of us. Really? That was not there a moment ago. That is not good. The field has split. Brown already on the front. It's back together. That's good. Okay, we're already formed up pretty well, but there's a ways to go to get towards the front. Brown trying to get us there. Vilvol, Marini's got to get there. Come on.
The little promenade is over. The group has been
Breakaway group is caught. Brown just about done here. And we're starting the climb, so Easter, let's get you ready.
The riders are in a portion above 10%.
Easter leading us out. Brown's done. He'll go out the back here soon. In terms of the climb, this is already halfway up. Not much left for Easter, though. Simpson's going to have to take over earlier than I wanted.
Riders have upped the pace.
Ooh, he's not lasting either. 99, come on. It's only 4 guys left. Vilvol and Marini both struggling here, but we're dropping back. We're dropping back. Can't afford to have that, so Veldeman, luckily, strong climber.
We've got 15 kilometers to the finish line.
And we just lost Vilvol and Marini off the back. We've got just Veldeman. Great climb from him. Veldeman, good job there. We got a couple guys, Ciccone, Toto, Gaffarini. Veldeman over the top. Here's the thing, too. The sponsor objective, this major objective, this 3.5-star objective, it is... Okay, I'm going to hold these guys in position. Hopefully Veldeman recovers a little bit on the downhill. It's top 3, so I have to win this sprint now that the top 2 have gotten away by 20 seconds unless they get caught. Now, what can I do here? Simpson still leading things out. Vilvol and Marini to the back. I need you to get on the back of Simpson. And Simpson... infinite relay at the front here with the 99. If there's some hope of those guys getting back on. Van Gittikin, what happened? Get back on. Please. Please, thank you. 20 seconds to those guys. Veldeman's going to have to go here at some point. 6K. And the recovery is good. Those guys behind are not going to catch up. They're a minute 50 behind. Now, it looks like we might catch these two, so I could still get a lead out here from Veldeman. And Van Gittikin, come on, get on, get on. Use your gel, there we go. Veldeman leading him out. Okay, Veldeman sprint. Van Gittikin, go. I need a top 3. I need a top 3. Please, no. That's fourth. Oh, come on. Oh. Fourth. That's a failed objective. That is a failed objective because of that stupid little breakaway. Those 2 guys. We were second in the sprint. But those 2 guys just hang on. Fourth, Veldeman, great lead out. Van Gittikin did the best he could. That's not my top sprinter. Vilvol and Marini stuck behind. 45, 46, 47 at the back of that group. I didn't take off and sprint with them as I could have, should have. Didn't matter. I mean, it was the top finish that we needed. I needed a top 3. We end up in 4th by... millimeters. Damn it. This is going to hurt our evaluation. I couldn't afford to miss any. By the way, there's only one more sponsor objective between now and the end of July, and it's going to be a stage win at a difficult to get a stage win kind of race. Tour de Bois. 5 stages, but only 2 sprints. With only 2 guys in that lead group and 2 breakaway riders ahead all the way till the final moment, and one of those breakaway riders held on and won the race. Look how close I was. Here I'm coming. There's my lead out. There's my overtake there at the end. And he's coming. We've got our sprinters here. This guy is fading. He's got enough energy left to get the win. But look at that. 1 sprinter ahead of us, so we were essentially second in the sprint. But we get split by those two breakaway guys, and that cost me everything. And that's a mild fail. The evaluation here, though, looks good. But we'll see. Reevaluation in the morning always takes a big dip. And we're out of it. We're out of it. We are back down to just a good evaluation. 10 days till the Tour de Bois. Oh, wait. No, there's one more objective in July. One more objective. It's 6 stages. That's stage 1. That's definitely winnable. But this is now must win. Only 2 objectives left. Both of them are now must accomplish, or we're only going to get a 6,000 increase. And that's going to really hamper our ability to improve the squad next season. When I'm going to have 4 or 5 riders out, I'm going to need the exact number coming in to replace them. They'll definitely be better, but say I only have 6,000 to spend, I'm not going to have much of a better squad. I mean, that's going to be, maybe a couple better riders, and maybe I end up having to resign a couple guys, like, say, Wachtendorf, who's got a little bit of potential. I might end up having to re-sign him as long as he's not looking for a big pay increase, which he better not be. So, not a major failure. I missed by a few millimeters, but I didn't get a top 3. And you can see just how much that hurt. I mean, we went from well up to well down because that was an important objective. If that was a 1 star and we got 4th, it wouldn't have impacted us much, but it was a major objective. And we come up short by inches because of a stupid 2-man breakaway group. And because I lost half my guys coming up over the hill off the back end. So half my four remaining riders at the top, half of them dropped off the pace and lagged behind. So my third string sprinter had to do the sprint. Alright, well anyway, so Tour de Bois, first stage is a sprint, so we'll be getting to that. It's a week away, and we'll jump straight into that. Late stage 1, maybe a little bit before that final climb. After missing out on that last sponsor objective, I now have 0 room for error with only 2 objectives to go. I absolutely have to hit both of them, and even after doing that, it may not be enough. So they are absolute musts. We've got a small breakaway group, just 3 riders, and they are nearly caught. You can see them. They just competed for a sprint point there, and they are less than a minute ahead, so we'll catch them relatively soon. We still have 48k to go. The pace has been really hot. The breakaway group was not favored by the field. The breakaway group had been a bit larger, and the field chased until they finally let these 3 guys get a bit away. But now you can see we're already back within 36 seconds. Definitely not a flat race. Couple uphill sections, and you can see 2 there just before the end, including to the finish line. So I got to be really careful about when I go, when I attack. Competition-wise, not the strongest field. So the really good news is we certainly have a chance to go out and do well in this race. UHC is here. Novo Nordisk is here. Jelly Belly's here. but a lot of it is continental American or Canadian teams, small teams that don't have the best of riders. So from that, I like our chances. But I also didn't bring my best team, and I literally have 0 guys anywhere remotely close to a fitness peak right now. So we're coming in on some pretty low fitness form. You can see there's a lot of -1s up there. Veldeman and Garrison are +1s. But hurt my chances a little bit here. 37K to go. We'll form up just over the top with the breakaway group caught, but other guys immediately trying to get off the front and form a new breakaway. Very difficult for it to work at this point as the field gives chase. Category 4 climb here coming up.
An attack is launched.
And here is that climb. Just a little hill. It's really nothing severe. When I myself might look at it and grunt a little bit before I start climbing, but personally, but I'm not much of a climber. $30K to go. Those 3 racing off. They're racing for the points here at the top.
Some team managers mustn't appreciate the fact that there is a breakaway, given that the pack has increased its speed.
28K. Still a little more climbing here, but now we should descend most of the way to the finish line. So 24K, I will form up at about 20K to go. We've got enough water to get there. Brown is just about done, so he'll definitely be our first guy. And right at the top of this little peak, here we go. And we'll form up. 18.5K, and a fair amount of it downhill. Means we'll be pushing pretty hard the rest of the way. Veldeman, Van Ginniken, Bull. I think Bull is going to get it today. Garrison's condition is what put him above Easter. Easter really actually doesn't have that much left, so let's go Simpson there. Easter. Okay, and Brown. Brown, you're quite a ways back, so let's go 93 and use that gel. Let's bring you forward. Now let's show these guys what a sprint train looks like. And go win this thing. Stage 1, huh?
The pack has just reeled in the escape group.
Okay, UHC trying to set up their own. A little bit of a train, but Lozano, not sure what team that's with, but he's trying to attack. Brown already done, so here comes Easter.
It's going to be difficult to break away now.
14K to go. Easter on the charge. 13K. Start speeding up a little bit here. We need to emerge from this pack. Simpson getting ready. 11.5K. 11K. Simpson just kind of waiting.
The finish line is getting close.
With the downhill, there's not much going on, so it's time to attack. Okay, we're coming on the last little uphill section, so we'll go 97 with Simpson here for a moment. And let's check how we're looking. Ooh, Bull! Bull! No! Back off, back off. Bull, come on. Come on. Get on. Get on, Bull. Ah, so much energy wasted. And Simpson done. Bull is back on, so Garrison, now we're going to go flat out. Okay, Veldeman, go, go, go. Sprint around this corner. Sprint. And here's that last little uphill. Veldeman for the win? No, Van Ginneken. Van Ginneken's going to get it. Bull's going to get second. That's a sponsor objective met. There we go. Van Ginneken did not get the job done last time as he took fourth, but today he's good enough. A Dutch 1-2. Van Ginneken and Bull on top. Veldeman not far behind in 8th. It's amazing how fast you could drop down on an uphill sprint like that when you run out of energy. Veldeman was right there, chance to win, and he drops all the way to 8th just like that. All right, hey, we got the job done. Stage win. Whew, okay. We still have a shot at getting that $12,000 budget increase for next season. Let's go ahead and spin it. Speed up to the end, get to the results, and what I really want to see is where we're at tomorrow. See where we're at for tomorrow on that sponsor evaluation. Now the race is actually not even done, so it's not going to show anything necessarily until the end of the 6 stages. So we'll see if there's actually any change to that or not. Finally, Gouillard is back from his injury. Definitely missed him. Stage 2, more for Veldeman than anything. And you see no change to the evaluation yet. Let's go ahead and get in there, have a look-see where we're at, what's going on, and there we go. So stage win, we've done it. So we have that. The dates are what really matters. Yes, there are objectives still left on the year, but it is July 31st. July 31st is the cutoff date. Now, the Tour Alsace may or may not show up because it ends on the 31st, and you could see that I have no results yet showing, even though it's already has tagged Van Ginneken. We will have that stage win, so we're good to go. You can see there was only 2 sprint stages, so that's definitely a thing. This hopefully will get us back up over that mark, but I won't know until after the end of it. But I don't know if the Tour Alsace will show up in here or not. So this actually could be it. Now at this point, after that 4th place finish in the last race and dropping below the mark, I might need both. So I might actually be hoping that it's not until the 31st and that we do grab a stage win. I'll have 3 chances on that one to go out there and grab a stage win, and I like my chances a little bit more there that we'll be able to pull that off than only having 2 here, but we've already managed to do it. A quick look at the team as we have grown, we have changed. Without looking into the deeper details, Garrison has reached 68. I'm not sure how recent that was, but that is the first of the old guard to finally hit that mark. Both of our 70s are now 71s. Which 2 guys it was, I couldn't tell you for sure. I think either Bull or Van Ginneken or both. And then Van Hemlen, I think, was one of them. So these guys have all moved up as well, or 2 of them anyway, have gone from 70s to 71s. So teams coming along. It is getting there. We've had a few guys level up, and and Gouillard, of course, he started at like a 66, 67. All right. Well, objective is met, but we still have a handful of stages to go. There's not going to be as much to show. Simpson, actually among the favorites, considered above Veldeman. A little surprising on that one, but both of them on the edge of the top 10. And maybe, just maybe, I can get somebody to the top and still in competition for this overall. Stage 3 is an individual time trial. Stage 4, that's a sprint. Come on. Stage 5, short sprint. And stage 6, that's a sprint as well. So really, it's just this stage for the overall race and what we can possibly do there. But it all comes down to the climb right at the end. So we'll join probably in this small valley here near the end, or maybe on these peaks, depending on how high the pace is. But definitely after that Category 4 climb, I don't expect any damage to do unless the pace is crazy hot. Then we'll join in before that. But I'll see you there. There's still 50k to go here. I'm back much earlier than what I expected. But the pace has actually been really hot throughout this race. Enough so that we caught the breakaway group already. We did so with a good 60, 65k left to go. And the pace is still hot enough that in 25 kilometers of racing since then, no new breakaway has formed. Little downhill here will give a chance for a little bit of recovery. You can see there are a good handful of riders that have already been dropped. As it looks like there might be an attack. No. See, he can't even leave the group.
The tempo has slowed down.
Brown has been dropped. Group is down to 87. Let's see. Brown, you were protecting Van Ginniken. And that's going to put Veldeman on that job now. Speaking of Van Ginniken, where are you? Get back up there. The yellow jersey. Don't get dropped from the group. 76 riders are all that is left. And I'm down to 6 men now. Some of those fairly tired already. I've got a decent group of hill climbers here for this race. So not the greatest sprinters, but pretty good hill climbers. Yeah, Brown recovering a little bit. A lot of steep stuff here, but it's that final climb really that it will determine this one. I mean, we're already down to 76 riders. It's going to stay small group at the finish. Bull is nearly done. And 85 doesn't even seem strong enough now, as we're getting a lot of guys blinking red. Oop, don't need to go all the way back there. But it is kind of good to get a quick glance at the field to see how spread out they are. Okay, there goes Bull. Bull's going to get dropped here. Garrison's about to get dropped here. Van Ginniken's barely hanging on. I've got Easter, Simpson are my strongest guys right now, and they're both protected riders today. Veldeman supposed to be protected. Oh no, Veldeman's protecting Van Ginniken. Veldeman's a -3 today. That's why he's not the protected rider. Last year, this race, it was Veldeman. Veldeman finished in the top 10. And this was kind of the first and only time last year, I think, that we actually did something somewhat competitive when it came to climbing. Bull has been dropped. So the second place guy and green jersey borrower and youth rider leader is out of contention now. 16k to go. And I'm wondering if I should form a train with these guys.
We've got 15 kilometers to the finish line. It's a puncture.
Let's do it. Okay. Simpson or Easter's looking so strong today. So Easter is going to be our Oh, but he's 2 minutes down overall. So it's going to be Simpson. It's got to be Simpson. So, Simpson, follow Easter. Follow Van Ginniken. Even though he's the leader, he is definitely not going to make it to the top. And then follow Veldeman. Garrison's already done. Yeah, Garrison's already sliding back. Veldeman, try to just open up a little bit here. Okay, now 99s, and then we'll watch as, let's see where it is. Easter slotting in. Garrison, yeah, not worried about him. Simpson's our guy, so there we go. We'll watch as somebody goes to overtake. Kirby. Okay. Alright, so Veldeman is done. And Van Ginniken, I want you, or not. Let's go 91. Yellow jersey wearer. Definitely not going to win the stage. So working for the team now with 10K to go.
There are just 10 kilometers left.
That's just 3 riders. And it's going to be Easter's turn. And we're going to go just 86 here for Easter so he can last a little while. You know what? Let's not make this mistake. Go back to 99s. Easter. Go ahead and protect Simpson. Or not. There we go. And Simpson, when the time is right, we will up the effort cursor.
The riders are in a portion above 10%.
And try to go at about an 87, 88. Let's drop to that now.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 5 kilometers road sign.
Group's down to 48 riders. And here comes the first attack. Okay, ease off again. Go ahead and use your gel. I don't think we're going to make it all the way to the top. Here it comes. Here it comes. This is going to split the group. 30, 29. Easter's done. They're attacking from 3K out, and Simpson already struggling. 18 riders left. Five riders now off the front. And Simpson is done. I don't think he's going to recover. He's not much of a climber here. 1.5K to go.
There we go. The sprint is on. The riders are setting themselves up.
Still chance for a top 10 here for Simpson.
Victory right on the line. A real show of power.
Christensen, Jensen, Holenstein, Cohen.
It's a bit of a knock for the morale.
Chance for 10th place only. Can he stay above Stedman? Yes, 10th place. Easter just misses top 20, 21st there. Feldman, Garrison coming in the 40s. Bull and Van Ginniken as well. And Brown, last one up here. For us anyway. 92nd. And only a few riders left behind that. So we squeeze out a top 10. With Simpson, one of our weaker riders. Veldeman should have been the strong man here, but his form is just nasty bad. He's got some fatigue.
And just in case you missed them, here are the race highlights.
And that definitely hurt us that our best man ended up being Simpson, who's a 67 overall. And I guess it wouldn't have been Veldeman last season because Veldeman wasn't with the team last season. Very well could have been Simpson. But you can see just how much fatigue there is in amongst the riders and how short these guys are from their fitness peaks. Simpson's at 99%, but he's not there on his fitness peak. That's still building. So that's kind of the reason why he's essentially neutral right now. Stage 3 is a time trial stage. It's 19.4 kilometers and flat. I'll see you out on the track for that one. Alright, so Jonathan Brown has already completed the course and started off with a pretty decent time, but I went too strong with him early on. He ran out of energy at the end. He's in 18th overall at the moment, minute 15 off the pace of Ignacio, and now Zavialov, 26:16. But I've got a bunch of guys out on track here all at once. And we need to get you set. We're now going with 74s. I tried Van Ginniken with a 75, and he came out a little bit strong on that. You got a little bit of climb here to the finish, as there is Easter on his way out on the track. And I want to be able to push it here at the end, so we're going to go 77. Bull, I think, could go a little bit harder. Yeah. Accelerate, go. 99. Good timing there. Second place now. Van Ginniken. Okay, accelerate. And 99. Bull, next one. Fifth, 48 seconds. Okay, Garrison. Almost time to accelerate, and he's got a little bit more in the tank. Veldeman getting past. See if we can get some of that back as we hit the top here with Garrison and accelerate to the end. Fifth, 47 seconds. Garrison. Sorry, that was Garrison. Veldeman. Accelerate. 99. Perfect. Ran out right at the end. Second place. Oh, now third. Jordan Kirby, the guy who was passing Veldeman, now goes top. Minute 8. So Veldeman was actually doing really well. He went temporarily into second, but the guy that was beside him went right into the lead. So you could tell the minute in between each rider. As the guy he was passing actually finished third. So apparently Veldeman paced him extremely well. So good time for Veldeman. Third place there. Still definitely changed the standings a bit. Easter coming up on the finish here in just a little bit. It's time to start the acceleration, though I'm only going to go with 76 because he doesn't have much left. He's pretty weak time trialist and a -2. Even on his 76 here, you can see he's already just able to accelerate a little bit at the end at least. 28th, 227. But that's a lot of really good times. I just got 4 guys in the top 10 there. Van Gitteken, Bull, Garrison, Veldeman. If only we had done a little bit better with the climb. Simpson's our only shot here as he's getting ready to head out on track. 66 time trial. And we'll go 74. I'm going to ride fast because there's not much going on here for a while. We'll see what his first time check is and keep an eye on this. Once we get over the top here, he should be able to restore a little bit of energy and get a little bit. Yeah, that's not much. 17th, a minute off the pace. Not so good for his time here. But he's got a little bit stored up for the finish. We'll slow it down here some. There we go, and we'll start to ramp it up as he hits the gentle slope at first. And then it's going to get a little steeper here. Alright, now Simpson into the saddle, heading uphill. He's got Stedman in sight. He's definitely got a better time than Stedman. Getting up over the top, accelerating, good, 99. And good. 7th, minute 10. Okay, so I got another guy into the top 10. And actually the second best overall as Veldman has dropped to 6th. Simpson 7th. Van Gitteken still inside the top 10 for now, but there's 9 riders still to go. Santos, not a good time for him. Tanner Putt. He's out. So Simpson should be moving in higher up in the standings. Chris Harper, 12th, minute 27. I didn't see the last time there, but we're getting down to the top 5 now. Belkov, he had a good time, 11th at the check. Stays 11th, minute 21. Simpson is 11 seconds faster than him. Cohen, minute 10. Holenstein just took 2nd, so he's definitely going to be on the podium. Jensen started the race level with the leader, 2nd overall. Minute 49 lost. And here's Christensen, final rider. He's down on time as well. Simpson could be in the top 5. He stayed in the top 10 here on the stage. Veldeman also in the top 10. So back-to-back stages with top 10 riders. Veldeman, Simpson both there. And I could see Simpson in the top 5 potentially. We'll see here in just a second who those top 10 are. Holenstein on top. And Simpson only 8th place. Bigger gap than I thought. But 8th overall, not bad. Not bad. I mean, like, Kirby's not even in top 16 at all. He was well back. So then you're dropping to a half minute for Holenstein. But Holenstein was already in the top 3, so that's why he's moved into the lead. Cooper, Zavialov. They're not up here. Newkirk, Kononenko. Okay, so Newkirk took 2nd overall, so that helped boost him up. 5th on the stage, now 2nd overall. So that's why those two are up here. Kononenko took 14th. Or is 14th overall. So we gained time all around us, but there is Cohen. Cohen's on the exact same time, so Cohen's in 3rd. So he was already a minute and a half ahead of Simpson in the standings. These guys all lost time. there was Harper. So Harper just keeping enough in it. And Ginnikin third sprint points right now. We could still potentially get after that one in the stages that remain. And as a team, we just moved up to 6th place with that solid performance in the time trial. Not so good on stage 2, but the rest of the way, 4, 5, and 6, I should do pretty well on. However, I am out of time, and I will be doing those 3 stages off camera. So when you tune in next time, we'll have some national time trials and national races. I don't know who's going to be competing in what, if anything. We also will have some races on the same day as some of those. So we'll be getting through that period next, and then eventually we'll push into that final race of the pre-contract signing period, and we'll see where we're at on that sponsor confidence when we come back next time, because that stage win still has not shown up on that sponsor evaluation until we get to the end of this race here with 3 stages left to go. But with the stage win already secured, those 3 stages really doesn't matter what we do, though I will definitely try to keep Simpson inside the top 10 and then grab whatever sprints we can along the way. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.